Control, and they won all the fights they needed to win. So I think it's difficult, at least, you know, my personal opinion on it is, XSET, I don't think you can really look at that previous round and say we messed up in terms of how we actually set our defense together. It was just a couple of missed opportunities at the very end, largely off of Dazzle somehow finding a kill for free. So I don't know. I feel like XSET's in a pretty solid spot based on what they've shown us defensively.
They almost want to commit someone to die here to kind of invest LG into this judge setup from BCJ. They got to protect it. They got to kill the drone. They got to kill the drone. I don't think they managed to kill the drone. BCJ's been tagged, and so that whole judge setup now. They know there's like at least 3 players around this position, so they can't decide to just leave. But they're going to go into the judge, and BCJ will connect, and the spike is down. What is happening?
This is a bloodbath between these two teams. Just when you think that there's an advantage being established, you get BCJ red and damaged up, playing in this back corner. He still turns that into an individual kill, and then help from beyond makes this a 5v3. The alarm bot mid did get triggered, so LG don't really have the opportunity to play through market, and now as XSET continue to position forwards, they find more and more kills. It's just down to Mata and B-Dog with pretty much no HP.
Yeah, it's... We'll talk more about some of the earlier things here as we see the play from B-Dog is going to be very unsuccessful. Marder now, as you mentioned, no HP to work with. There's a quick pop flash. We'll take down Cryo. It's a great shot, but no time to plant the spike at this point. Good damage, though. Yeah. But, yeah, no time. So the round is going to be over, and...
Hard to say, but yeah, I think communication-wise, definitely something to be said about it. Zek now going to get established for a very quick push through. Gets his feet chewed up by a nano swarm, but the trade initially does allow BCJ to at least know that this hit is being committed, and as he takes down Dazzle, that will be a 4v3, and Luminosity's hit towards A has been completely stopped.
Yeah, it's been totally stuffed here. They'll make their way through, but that is by design at this point as far as the defense of XSET is concerned. They got that 4 versus 3. They have the lockdown available as well, so they can really make this very safe indeed. There's a world where LG might consider trying to challenge this lockdown. Otherwise, they have to give up the entire site. They get locked out by more utility. And this is... Oh, we're going to actually get the TP coming through from Tig. Faked it, the dodge. And he's actually managed to... No! He got the flank, but it wasn't good enough. There is a... You know, you can actually... So it's not heard when you cancel the TPs. When you're in a situation with those lockdowns, the assumption is that you've TP'd away. Play here, as you can see, towards this B main position now.
Well, Luminosity's designs to get to mid are successful, Dan. The smoke to cover the alarm bot plus any extra peeks, and now you've actually got Tig forward. You have to use Tig's position as a way to try to open up space, but again, Crowdus does not care. He just pushes through into B main. There is a little bit of help on the mix as you've got one player tucked in the corner. There's Cryo's peek. Interestingly enough, there wasn't a second by Zekin, but he at least is able to confirm the trade and keep the operator in hand.
Both fights there being won by the players knowing the distance advantage. Always good to see. But it's definitely yielded a difficult scenario here for LG. They're going to stack themselves up together for this B main push. XSET playing, you know, the 4 versus 2, don't have information, playing passively, relying on the turret in the A side here. Oh, well, that is enough information, I think, for XSET.
Doesn't actually fully reveal, though, so you don't know how many members are here. But as they do see B-Dog try to push forward, it's Amern who sneaks onto the site, deals with the airborne knives of the jet. And now Luminosity are kind of stuck. They're not in the site. They don't have really any good control over market. And you're in this middle kind of area where you're in dead man's land. Anytime you move from here on out, you're just essentially stuck in corners. But as Tick takes down one on the site, tries a shrouded step forward. This is Herd, Zekin with the quick scope.
That's a pretty big ult advantage, I believe, as well, coming in for XSET. By the way, that was just such a great shot. Again, Cry knowing his angles, you can see he just edges, but then makes a slightly larger peak on the angle where he does actually expect a player to be holding. Has that suspicion.
Oh, this is free kill. Has to be, right? Cryo doesn't actually go for the opening peak for this. He has a pretty free angle. Now as he misses the shot, LG for the first time are going to get significant B main control. They do it with pistols.
Yeah, but there's so little as well. It's just Cryo and Zekin on the KO. And quick pop flash. Trying to challenge Cryo. Doesn't work out for Marder. And how do they get into the site? That's really the question. There's a nice setup here on tree. And that will be hard to circumvent.
First time we've seen this setup as well, Dan, from Side of Death. Largely keeping this utility over towards B. Quick hit comes out in Luminosity. They don't just steal 2 kills, they steal 2 weapons. Cryo trying to work his way back in, is able to track down Tig up high. One more on the low ground, and oh, Cryo nearly doubles up. Luminosity lived to see another moment as they get the spike planted.
Yeah, it's I love the swap out to the Spectre as well if they're trying to bait the shot. But more on that later. The orbital strike comes through to block off anyone's second cap position. Luminosity stuck behind these smokes. They're trying to get peeks onto the site. The pressure coming through as a defuse. The taps are coming through as well. Not up to half just yet. Cryo is on the stick though in second on the defense of that. Can they make it happen? Aaron with that long range has to protect. In fact, Cryo will just come off every time and just do it himself.
That is so good from Cryo. It's unbelievable. Finds the kill, get it nearly to completion, steps off, finds the kill. Clean stuff. And it's this initial peak that you just have to wonder how have you predicted that setup? And then there's that little toggling back and forth as Cryo finishes the last 2 eliminations.
And we've got Cryo on that cap position. Haven't seen him playing this much so far with the operator, and it is more of a mid presence in the early round here for Luminosity as well. So B-Dog jiggling because Cryo could be around the corner there. There is a... Oh man, they can actually pounce here, XSET, on this position if they want to. They're all ready to be able to do that. But actually, just voiding this position now after gaining it, Luminosity. Falling back, but just as Cryo starts to investigate, he's going to spot one! My God!
He's the difference maker in this series. Flat out. B-Dog, who was instrumental...
So
Dude, for real. B-Dog was so instrumental when they were playing up against V1. He's been a non-factor largely throughout this entire series. That has to be the biggest overarching storyline we have right now.
And now as XSET are coming back into the A site, they're going to be able to have a pretty good retake setup before the spike has gone down. Okay. Nice headshot found straight through the smoke. That's actually a big one to get to. That's Aaron gone. That's your smoker gone.
Blades out. Hunter's Fury from Dazzle to block off this re-aggression from Tree. Mata trying to take a step forward, and as he does, finds a couple. But wait a second. Wait a second. Cryo re-clears. And honestly, Moose is not here yet. Dazzle's going to have to check this. Dashing on in and then up and over. Breaks the camera. That's 4 for Cryo. 1v1 with Moose. Back through Tree. Toggles it once more. Moose to check. And then bang! Cryo for the ace! Are you kidding?
What? What the hell is that? That seems so unfair. Signing for this team. This guy is insane.
Oh my God.
It's like a comedy show for him. It's just so easy. Just look at that poor Dazzle, man.
From Dazzle's POV. No, bro.
Oh, okay. XSET. You got Cryo alive. It's just never over. And with that said, that moves them to 7 rounds. This is the last round of the first half. And Luminosity, they at least for themselves have a decent chunk of... Well, they've got one ult to work off of, the lockdown. They've got full guns. So the question is that, how do XSET interpret that? They've got a lot set up towards this B side. So it seems like they're anticipating this lockdown play on B main.
They'd be right.
You should run.
There it is. Fragment immediately to counter, right over the top. And all designs of any initial execute off the lockdown has been completely stopped. And now BCJ, he's got an Odin. Spams through the smoke, but only takes down one. The Flash is able to survive, but Cryo. It's just Cryo.
Yeah, he's just crushing it right now. Luminosity looking to force the issue through. Zekin with a quick pop flash gets himself a 1v1. Actually going to fall against Tig. And there might be a chance now for Luminosity. Cryo is still alive. He's coming through. His dash has been burned. And Aaron coming on the other side. Aaron doesn't have any util left to assist.
No. And Moose does have a sentry turned up, so there's the information that Cryo's nearby. Aaron is sneaking back around forward, swapping out the operator for a rifle. Moose is on critical HP. Tig playing an off angle on top of these boxes. Can he catch him by surprise? Yes, finds the first, but not the second. Cryo for the 1v2. In the back, Moose, once again, in a very familiar position with this 1v1. Nanoswarm gets Trog, and Cryo just comes around the back. 1v2. Time is going to be a bit of an issue. Hold on. It's going to be close. Can LG sneak away a 5th? Yes, they can.
Oh.